Hey YouTube, Featurenaut here, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. And today we're going to be focusing on Ike. Since my last video, I've done some trips to Ike, set up a satellite relay and a survey probe. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going to Ike with stuff to collect resource and enable us to refuel at Duna. And here's what we're going to be sending to Ike. We have our lander to drill and process resources. We have our rover, which is going to actually land before the driller and explore around and find the best concentration. We have our refueling ship, which will go between the station in orbit and the lander here to transport the fuel and resources. And then we have a basic fueling station. So usually I do several launches for this type of mission, but this time I thought, why not put it all in one launch? Well, two with the Kerbals, but anyway. So here we are on the launch pad. This is probably the biggest rocket I've done in a couple years. I figured I'd give it a try, see how it went. I have launched this a couple times, probably 3 or 4, and I have yet to make a stable orbit with fuel. So far it's either breaking up and exploded on its way up, or I get out into space and I don't have enough fuel to circularize. I've made a few modifications. I've done some struts, I've added some fuel. Let's see if it makes it to orbit. As you'll notice, there are no Kerbals on this. I'm going to get this in orbit, and then we're going to send another ship up with Kerbals to get on it before we head out for Duna. So anyway, let's get this launched. Let's see if we can make a stable orbit with fuel. That's not exactly a great start. We'll see how it goes. Whew. Almost forgot to turn the auto stage on. Well, it's not looking too terrible. Not very stable, but not too terrible yet. We'll see if we can get this first stage out without damaging the rest of the rocket. That's one of the biggest problems is it gets wobbling like this, and when it lets its first stage go, it damages it. So here's fingers crossed. Oh, we took out a... Okay, I think we'll be okay. Lost one of our stabilization fins, or whatever you want to call them. Seems to be okay, I think. Okay, second stage. That one was clean. That one always is. Assuming I get to that one. I think one of the things I probably should have done with my fuel issue was to change the ascent profile, because I think my gravity turn is way too slow at the beginning, and then it does this, and we end up burning. I don't think it's that efficient. I think if I'd have done a more aggressive gravity turn, so I think a more aggressive gravity turn probably would have been much more efficient on fuel. But hey, this is Kerbal Space Program. We just add struts and tanks, right? Third stage, I think. Okay, we're looking great so far. Looks like the loss of that control surface hasn't hurt us too much. Okay, oh wow, we're already in space. Okay, let's there we go. Get our solar panels out, because I don't want to forget him and run out of power, since it is unmanned. So we're at 125k. We're going to 200k. This is the part that really worries me. Will we have enough fuel in here to do our circularization? Because if we don't, these are nukes. These are not high thrust. And I don't really want to do my circularization with this, with these. Actually looks like we're doing okay on fuel, I think, maybe, I hope. We'll see. Yeah, so, oh, there we go. Oh, we might be okay. Oh, I forgot to put RCS thrusters on the bottom of this. Dang. And now for the circularization burn. Turn that off. I don't think we need it. That's the other thing. As long as this is, I put a lot of struts in it. I'm not sure how stable it's going to be during a burn or if it's going to wobble. Ooh. Well, there we go. Looks like we have a little bit of fuel to spare. That's awesome. Let's turn on our lights. And do this. Okay, so Valentina has volunteered to bring up, let's see, Barbie and Halliburton, some engineers for the ship. That's going to be the crew. And as expected, the launch, intercept, and docking went quite well. Let's see, now we need to transfer these guys to the ship. Okay, we'll transfer Halliburton to here. Okay, so all we're sending is engineers because we need them for the increased efficiency for making fuel and drilling. At least that's how it was last time I played. I don't know if that's changed in the updates since. So anyway, so we've got the crew transferred, and Valentina is going to go ahead and go rendezvous with Freedom Station in KSO or in Kerbal orbit. Go visit some friends, and then when the transfer window to Duna opens up, we will be sending this conglomeration of a ship to Ike. Okay, so here we are in orbit of Ike. We're about 100-kilometer orbit. This is the driller and the lander. When it comes time, I will separate the the rover. I will separate the rover, land it, drive around, look around, whatever, and then find a good spot, and I'll then deorbit the driller and set it up and get to drilling. And here is the fuel station and the fuel ship. As you can see, we ran into some issues and broke a few of our solar panels, unfortunately, but it happens. We still got plenty. So after the driller gets, excuse me, after the driller is down on the surface and doing its thing, then we will take this ship here and we will drop down, have the driller refuel it and fill up the tanks, and then it'll come back up to here and deliver its cargo. But for now, I think we're going to end this video here, and then you can look forward to the next video where I actually land all the stuff and get the whole process going. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of nervous about messing it up. We're a long way from Kerbal, and it's going to take a long time if we crash one of these ships to replace it. Anyway, this is Beach or Not, and we're going to end it here. Throw us a like, throw us a comment, whatever you want. Subscribe if you'd like. But we will see you next time.